Natasha, and thank you so much for joining me today. Today we are going to be creating a gorgeous fun fold card, and this one has a surprise pocket or a surprise element in the center. So what we are going to be creating is a little fold out. Now, you can obviously create this whatever size you wish. There are no rules as to what size you need to do it. I quite like to do this size because it fits a gift card. Now, I am going to be putting a gift card in mine, and so I'm going to do mine 4 inches tall, and then each fold is going to be 2 3/4 inches. So basically you're going to have one piece of paper that is going to be 8 1/4 inches by 4 inches, and then you're going to score it at every 2 3/4 inches. So 2 3/4, and then 5 1/2, and then obviously that will be the end. So that is if you want to copy this one. By all means, make them your own size. Now, you could put this in the center of the card, and that is a cool surprise element. If you want to, you can also put this on the front of your card. I just think it's a bit more secure having it on the inside of your card, but then again, you might want to do some sort of special closure as well. And you can decide on the inside if you want to put it on the left-hand side of your card or on the right-hand side. So obviously, if you put it on the left, there's just a lot more space where you can write. And whereas if you put it on the right-hand side, then, there's a little bit less. So I'm going to be using this paper pad only. This is the Simple Vintage Meadow Flowers. Now, I love these Simple Stories paper pads. They are absolutely beautiful. They are 6 by 8 inches, and I was getting so much inspiration when I was looking through here about what I could do. So I thought that this would pretty much be the basis of me putting together this little card, as well as creating a little gift card holder as well. Now, some of these little pieces here basically just lend themselves so nicely to be one of our panels, because we want to decorate all of the panels on our little fold out. So the world is truly your oyster. Any paper pad, or take some ink and some stencils and some masking. You could take some die cuts to it. You could do absolutely anything. I mean, you could just stretch it out and do some watercoloring. That would look beautiful as well. But I am going to go down the paper pad route because I have this gorgeous paper pad. And as per usual, I'm using to my advantage the fact that lots of these colors are going to coordinate. In fact, almost all of them, especially when they come from the same paper pack. So that is going to be helpful for me. Now, I am going to do the very front first. I will sort of do the basics, and then I'm going to add extra elements, if that makes sense. So this is going to be the front of my card at the moment, my fun fold, and so I'm going to trim this down just to be ever so slightly smaller. I love this gorgeous watering can. I feel like it's a feature within itself, and so I'm going to just quickly round the corners, and I do need to think of some finer details. I know that I'm going to put some embellishments and things on the front here, but in general, this is as simple and as beautiful as it's going to get. I've got a lovely, gorgeous border. I'm going to round a couple of the corners and leave the other couple straight, and I'll just do that for both layers. So that is my front. Super, super simple. I am going to glue that on now before I change my mind or want anything different at all, and glue it onto its layer. It is a little bit sad to use that. I could have cut out the back of some of that paper and saved it because it feels a little wasteful to go behind there, but that's okay. Now, I didn't want to pull out a million things for this, so I kind of limited myself to this paper pad, but I also had a little set of ephemera here. This is from Stamperia, and this was going to be what I knew I would embellish it with. Now, they're not the same line, obviously they're not the same company, but they are sort of, they are the same theme, this sort of gardeny, meadowy, vintagey looking thing. And so I knew that I would use some of these embellishments to go in my project as well. Now, this whole set in itself, look at these gorgeous flowers and that gorgeous birdhouse. I could hoard these forever, but I'm not going to. So I do want a beautiful, big, bright butterfly. These have a gorgeous sheen to them as well, which I love. And then I also need to fit a sentiment on the front, so I'm going to bear that in mind as well. But anywho, let's move on to my little fold out because I need to have a think about that part. Now, in the center, as I said, we want to decorate pretty much all of the panels, and I have all these leftover pieces. I try not to go through my paper pad and just keep ripping out new pieces because as much as I'd love to do that, and it's super easy, I try and make sure that I can, keep using the pieces of paper that I've already cut up. Otherwise, I end up with an extraordinary amount of scraps from just one project. So it is a good challenge for my mind. Sometimes I know that I work better with less is more, and less options works better for me. As I said, I could have dug throughout all of my stamps and found embellishments and other things, but I was pretty much limiting myself to the paper pad and the extra embellishments, and that was it. And so that, as I said, less is more for me, and then that means sometimes when I'm trying to challenge myself to use up my scraps, it changes my thinking a little bit too. Now this is going to be for my little gift card holder. I have done a piece of cardstock that is 3 inches across, and then I'm going to score at 1/4 inch on either one of those sides. And then I have also done 3 inches up and down as well, and then I will also score, and I'll score about 1/4 inch and fold that under to make the bottom flap. That way that is going to fit nicely on my little pocket. I'll show you that in just a second. And at the moment it's looking really plain, but I promise you we're going to add some details. Remember, I use my 1 inch punch, and then this is going to just make sure it's nice and easy to pull out the gift card. But I have just put those little flaps behind there. You saw me fold them behind. And that means that I will glue those, and I'm just using a tiny little bit of glue because I want to make sure it doesn't, squish out the sides and therefore close up my little gift card holder. I will show you in a second how the little gift card slides in and out as well. I just use a little temporary card just to show you guys, but depending on who it's going to, this one is going to a friend of mine, so it's going to be a coffee card, but of course you could make this birthday themed as well. Now that goes down. I didn't add anything in the back there because by the time the gift card goes in too, that little pocket is going to be very colourful and nice and full. So moving on after that, I've got the middle part done, and I have this little Hello Friend purple one up here. Now I really love this, but I love these purple butterflies down the bottom, this butterfly and foliage, and so my idea was that I would cut out the purple butterfly because that's just a gorgeous panel ready to go. All of these they would work fabulously. And then when I was looking at that other one I had, the one that has the Hello Friend, I thought maybe I'll just use that, and that can become the border, because I felt like I needed a little purple border around the butterfly. So the little Hello Friend, that is going to take up the entire of that first panel. So I can just put the glue straight on there and then pop this down. And then you can see as I'm going along, as per usual, all of the videos that I film and all the cards that I make, I don't make one beforehand. I haven't pre-thought out what I'm doing. You're just watching the process as I go along with every single one of my cards. I never ever have planned them out. It's just not how I work best. And so at this point I was like, I actually quite like the Hello Friend. This is what I originally thought I was going to do, but I quite like the Hello Friend, and so that's okay. We're going to change our plan a little bit, and that's okay because we won't waste this. We're just going to put it to the side. I did think about putting it over here, but because I was going to put my panel on the right hand side, I wanted to have somewhere to write a quick little message for my friend. As I said, I'm giving this as a coffee voucher just so that she can take a minute to breathe in a cafe, and that's okay. And so I wanted just a little bit of space to write that out, and I knew I was going to put this on the right hand side, so that's what I had in the back of my mind for that little panel, but I didn't want to waste the butterflies. So I like the purple background here. I'm going to glue this one on as just a background panel. You always want to be checking and making sure that you can close up your little fun fold at all times. And then add a bit more glue onto this one, and then trim off any excess. We can trim as much as we like. If you don't measure properly, it's okay to trim extra. Absolutely. There is no one watching us to say, actually, you measured that wrong, because it's okay. There is no measuring wrong. We just need to adjust. Now, I have got this little piece of, this is also from the paper pad, but it has a little bit of text just in the very, very corner, but it's just writing lines, like paper pad, like kids' school book writing lines. And so notepad style. I have put that over on the right so that I am able to write my little message there. But I didn't want to waste my little purple butterfly that I had cut out and rounded the corners, so I will put that on the reverse side here. Now, admittedly, the recipient may not look at this side a whole lot, and that's okay. I just didn't want to waste it, and I don't feel like it's wasted at all. You could also do the panel that is on the opposite side, the right hand side right here, but actually I think I ended up choosing to leave this one blank, and that's okay too, because as usual there are no rules and no one is going to point out what is wrong or right when they receive a card like this. So we have come a long way. We are definitely getting there. I absolutely love putting these cards together, and I have got a background panel ready to go. As I mentioned, I was going to put this on the right hand side, and I have space to write on my little fold out, but if you didn't want to do that, you could also write on the left hand side of the card. That would be fine too. And so here is how it's going to go, making sure it all, lines up and looks all good to go. Put some more glue here and this will go down. As I said, you could put it on the front if you wanted to, but I prefer everything feels a little bit more secure when I pop it inside my card. Now, as I mentioned earlier, I still need to get a little sentiment that could potentially go on the front of my card. I do think that when you open it, it has that gorgeous hello friend, but I think we need a wee something. This is going to be from Honeybee Stamps, the Deckle Edge circle dies, and then I had the little hello that was going to be a fit there. Now when I put it over top, it felt just nice and easy, and that was going to work nicely for the front. I had also done one of the for you can see over there that I also thought might be nice. As I said, this was for a friend of mine, but I think just one is absolutely fine. I'm going to put it down nice and flat. The card is actually not too bulky at all, but there is still a little bit going on in the center, so I won't add any foam tape. But now is the time to go through and add in some more of these little bits and pieces just to add extra. Now, the one thing I love about these is that they don't have a white border. These ones are also stickers, so you just peel them back, and we can add on all these little bits and pieces. The purple, the lavender goes beautifully with the purples that are already in the paper pad. I love these little butterflies for just adding a little bit of color in there as well, and honestly I could keep going, but I was pretty happy with finishing here. I just wanted to quickly show you that there will be a little gift card that goes up in here, and it's nice and easy. There's plenty of room for them to get it in and out, but it's nice and secure. It's not going to fall out of the card. But that is my little fun fold card that is beautiful, super easy to make. Just one of those ones that you can sit down and use just one paper pad to put this together. Well, that and a couple of little embellishments as well. As per usual, I will have everything linked down below in case you are interested. Please subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more. I have more than 1,000 videos on here now. I also have my website that has lots more content for you, natashafootecreative.com, and there is also a free printable sentiments sheet. Don't forget to get yours while it is still there. And other than that, thank you so much for being there. I hope you have enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time. Thanks, bye!